Welcome to the Bilingual Boost Benefits of Being a Bilingual Person in the 21st Century Workforce. Long title, right? Can you hear me? Oh, I need to speak in here so it's recorded there? Oh, Lord. Okay. This, I never stand behind podium, so. Can you hear me? Is it okay? Okay. I'm an old high school teacher, so I don't like podiums. But anyway, so.
The video too.
Yeah, it has to be connected to that. Yeah. Okay, so anyway, good morning. How many of you speak a second language? Okay. Anybody want to share what second language you speak? Spanish for the most part. Anybody speak anything else that's Spanish?
A little bit of Arabic.
Arabic? Okay. Anybody else? Okay. I speak Spanish. Así que yo hablo español. Cualquier pregunta, pues. I speak Spanish. So one of the benefits of learning another language. Being bilingual helps your brain execute, have executive functions. And executive functions is reasoning, problem solving, analyzing, comparing and contrasting, making judgment calls, evaluating. Those are the executive functions. Okay? This is not an executive function because I'm walking. So as I walk, this is not a big deal. I'm also breathing. Right? I'm still digesting the breakfast from this morning. That's an automatic function. So I don't have to think, oh, you have to breathe, otherwise you're going to drop dead. Right? So that is not an executive function. So executive functions are what they call higher functions of the brain. That is your ability to think, to reason, to analyze, to compare and contrast, to come up with solutions to problems. So being bilingual, what it does, it helps you develop those cognitive skills to plan, solve a problem, performing mentally challenging tasks. And how do we do that? Well, one of the things is that it helps you become smarter, believe it or not, because tests have shown that people who are bilingual can solve a problem using multiple perspectives. Why? Because you're using two languages or more than two languages to find a solution. Those of us who can speak more than one language, you'll see that one word in one language, even though it's similar to the other language, may have a different connotation, different meaning. There's something different about that language and that word that makes that word important to you. Okay? And once you use the language, it also connects you to the culture. And what is appropriate in this culture may not be appropriate in that way. So when you have a problem, instead of you thinking one way, oh, this is the solution that I have, you're thinking about possibly, okay, it's okay in this group, but it may not be appropriate in this other group or setting. So when you think of a problem, you're thinking it from a different point of view. It also helps you if you're traveling abroad, because what's important in one country may not be important in another country. Okay? So we have that you have improvement of cognitive skills, and we also have seen tests where preschool kids are better at performing dimensional puzzle solving problems than kids that only manage one language. So children that can manage two languages or more are able to solve puzzles in a bit different way, and it's actually more efficient. Why do we manage to process information more effectively if we are bilingual? Well, one of the things is that being a bilingual person, you're forced to monitor your environment differently. And this usually happens when you have parents that speak one language in the house and you see the TV as a different language, right? Or you have two parents, but one parent is speaking one language, the other one is speaking in the other. So you have to learn how to do this, constantly go back and forth. So this one is saying, please pick up your socks, and y los zapatos también. And there was a little, and so the child has to go, the socks and the shoes, okay. But it's in two languages. So how do you keep track? Right? So the child is, as a child, you're starting to develop the ability to monitor two different sets of information coming at the same time. If you have other parents or other family members, or you have a mixed family where one person is from one country, the other one is from another, and so forth, even if you're still speaking the same language, like in Spanish, you have different words. So, you know, a cake in Mexico is not said the same thing as a cake in Puerto Rico. You see, or in Brazil, or in South America. So the words that are being used, the child has to start all of a sudden like a radar. Okay, that's the word, okay, she wants me to pick up this and do that, but at the same time, Clea, take out the dog and take out the trash, but they're saying it in different languages. Healthcare. This is the biggest growing field currently in the U.S. Everybody, whether we like it or not, will depend on healthcare. This is where we're all going to meet in the same place. So whether you are a lab technician, a medical doctor, a radiologist, a specialist, a therapist, guess what? Your clientele will require somebody who understands a different language. And if you know a second language, you can get that job sometimes quicker than somebody who only knows one language. If you don't believe me, just do a search. Put bilingual jobs, and you'll see the hundreds of pages on the internet with bilingual jobs, and they'll tell you exactly what language they're looking for.